Alright, here, so we are given a random variable, and we are being told that a random variable x takes values of 1, 2, 3 with probabilities p. When x is equals to 1, the probability is 0.2. When x equals to 2, the probability is 0.5, and when x equals to 3, the probability is 0.3. So we have to find ex. Now ex is basically the mathematical expectation, or we can say it is the mean, and then we have to find e5 plus x. I know the second one might look strange to you, but yes, we are going to do it right now. So now let's start. A random variable x. So first we are going to get a table. The table is not needed, but for simplicity and understanding, let us draw our table. So what we're going to do now is we're going to represent x here, and we're going to put f of x here. Now this f of x is representing the probability value, right? So here we have x is 1, 2, and 3, and when x is 1, the probability is 0. When x is 2, the probability is 0.5, and when x is 3, the probability is 0.3. So now if we are looking for ex, it is going to be equal to our x multiplied by our f of x. This is basically the formula for mathematical expectation. But now if we are putting it in mathematical induction form, yeah, since our x goes to 3, our last value is 3, and x is equal to 1. This one is not really that important, so we have f. But this is the entire basis of what we are about to do now. So now what this e means, it means summation, right? And this value down here tells us where x is starting from, right? And this 3 tells us where x is going to end, right? Since we have already gotten this, so what we're going to do now is where we are starting from is 1, right? So we're going to say 1 times the corresponding f of x value, which is 0.2, plus 2 times its corresponding f of x value, which is 0.5, plus 3 times its corresponding f of x value, which is 0.3. You can put this in brackets so that you do not make mistake and multiply the ones you are not supposed to multiply. So here we're going to have 0.2 plus 1 plus 0.9, and we are going to be left with 2.1. So this is going to be our mean for this question, right? So this summation tells us that we are carrying x from 1 and we are taking it all the way to 3, which is what we did here. Then this is the generalization of the function, right? X times f of x is going to give us ex. So this is our mathematical expectation. This is ex 2.1. So now we're going to find e5 plus x, right? So now the formula for this, now whenever we have something like this, let me use t plus x. Whenever we have et plus x, it is going to be equal to t plus e of x. It's a very simple formula. There are many others like this, but it's ideal that you have this at the back of your mind, right? So whenever we have et plus x, it's going to be t plus ex, right? Now we've already gotten ex to be 2.1. So now let's solve. So we have e5 plus x. That's just going to be e5 plus x. This is going to be equal to 5 plus ex, which is 2.1, and this is going to be equal to 7.1, because this 5 here is representing this t here, right? And what we are doing to the formula is that we are bringing it here, so we are having t plus ex. So since this t is 5, we are going to have 5 plus ex, and ex is what? 2.1. So we are going to have 5 plus 2.1, which is 7.1. There are other values that could be given, or there are other ways e of x can be. So let me try. Let me see. Okay, let me just do it up here. Let me do it up here. So now we can also have something like this, e. Then we have t x plus y. Whenever we have something like this, what we're going to do is t into the bracket of e of x plus e of y, right? But the only way this will be given is if we are given two different functions. Here we're only giving f of x, and that's ex, right? They gave us another probability, then we'll be having ey, and be applicable, but it is not applicable because we are only giving ex, right? Then we also have ex plus y. We could also be given something like this, e x plus y. Whenever this is given, it's going to be e of x plus e of y, right? So the question can come in any format, right? So they might not just ask you to find e of x directly. They could be asking you to find e 5 plus x. So this is what we are going to do. Very, very simple.